everybody, welcome back. Today is an exciting day around the Harbison house. We are going to redo the whole front area for fall. So we've been shopping this morning, picked up a few things, and then in a little bit I'll show you my husband's pumpkins that he grew, which really helped save us a lot of money. He also grew decorative corn. If we can pan around over there, Lindsay, and show people, that's our decorative corn he grew. So a lot of the things that we're going to use we actually were able to grow ourselves, which saves a ton of money when it comes to getting ready for fall. So right now we're in the process of kind of cleaning up, getting rid of plants that have died through the summer, and then we'll be showing you all the new stuff. So the cool thing is he made these logs himself. He harvested them from down Fire Creek down the bluff and hollowed them out with a chainsaw. He's multi-talented, this one. All these little flowers we're gonna have next year. It's the seed pod. I don't see one just on this one. So I'm going to try to transplant this. My whole goal for this year was to plant things in the planters that I could transition into my yard landscape. Ooh, I broke it off. Into my yard landscape, and hopefully, we'll see if next year it comes back permanent. So that way you're not spending so much money on things that just die and you can't reuse. So we'll see. So these are two pumpkins that we grew out of our compost. So funny. He planted pumpkins in the garden that didn't do all that well, but we had where we dumped our old pumpkins from last year and they made a huge vine and grew several pumpkins. So these are some of those. And I'm just trying now to see if this is going to work for me. I just want a little something on these edges. We'll see. I don't know. I've got several sizes, so whatever I don't use or need on the porch, I may switch this out. We'll decide. So last year I learned a little trick with my mums. I've never had any luck with them. I had been taking them out and transplanting them into my new pot, and they often died pretty quickly. So last year, instead of doing that, I emptied out my pot, left them in the pot they were grown in, and then they did wonderful. Because they're a short season anyway, it just worked out great. So that's just a little tip. If you'll just empty out your pot, you want them to sit in, it looks like they're in the dirt. You still water them just the same, so it worked out good for me. And they didn't die. They stayed really pretty the rest of the season. And I did that with some of my spring plants too, and it worked out really well. So sometimes I think plants, it shocks them too much. So with the mums, when you take them out of that pot and transplant them into something big like this barrel that you're wanting them to sit in, it kind of just makes the mum fall apart. And if you just keep them in that pot, it still looks pretty down inside here like it's inside, but it doesn't allow that to fall apart and kill the plant. So just a little tip. So I'm living outside my comfort zone this year. I'm normally very matchy, but this year I got a burgundy color and a yellow. So just to spice things up a little. Now, it hides your pot, it protects your plant. So I did pick up a few herbs while we were out doing our shopping. And I picked up some basil because it's my favorite. And mint for tea. I love warm tea or hot tea with lemon and mint. And then my lavender has really come back to life. So I'm hoping before it gets too cold and kills everything out that we can get another harvest of herbs. There's nothing better than having fresh herbs to use for your cooking. So I keep them here on the porch because of the shade. They do better here, and I think it looks nice. Now the trick will be keeping the cat out. Okay, so update. We've had the lift team, we call them, come over. This pot was emptied down enough to set the big mum. They call this a tricolor, and what they've done is mix the orange, yellow, and burgundy, and I love it. I paid a little more for this one, but I'm going to do a special place here at the front door for it. So we've stuffed our old basket full of straw, and then we're going to use the corn. And then I'm going to set a really cute little pumpkin and some squash. Fallish to me. Hold tight. My new doormat. So I picked that up for a steal at the dollar store for $8. And even though it's light colored and I may only get to use it one season, it was such a good deal. Like I paid $25 for the one I had last year, and it only held up for one season anyway. So I'm saying go cheap if you can. Here's the porch. So over on this side, we made the cat in the far corner of the barrel a place to lay, hoping that that'll keep him out of my other stuff, because he does like to lay in stuff at night. And so we fixed it up, and he's got a little decoration just to add a little something to it. I don't want to get rid of these quite yet because they're still so pretty when they bloom out. They're an orange flower, and I'll get rid of them as soon as they die back. And of course my little hen and chickens are still good. My spices with a little fall addition. And then my flower shelf. That's what I call it. All ready for fall. Some pumpkins I bought. A lot of the stuff we grew ourselves. So we saved a lot of money that way. I'm going to slide over this way. Here's my yellow mum. Look at the detail on this pumpkin. It looks like somebody's etched something in it. It's so cool. I don't know what happened, but it is the neatest thing. And then we move down to this side. I have my welcome sign. And my husband had a wonderful idea. We put the straw in there and the pumpkins and the corn, and it just makes a very cute addition. So I love that. Then I have my favorite is the three-colored mum here at the door with some pumpkins that we grew. And then if you slide on over here, I have my burgundy colored mum with a pumpkin with it. And then he deserved a spot all of his own, this pumpkin back here did. So we put him between the chairs to have his own special spot. He would probably be about a $40 pumpkin according to prices at our local market where I've been buying the pumpkins. So it's really cool if you can grow that stuff yourself. So all in all, I've probably spent about $75 to make the porch look like this, because a lot of the stuff that we did, or we have to use for decoration, we did grow ourselves. So if you have a little spot, I recommend that you give it a try. It saves you a lot of money in the fall. And I just love that I can add more because I can afford to, because I'm not spending so much. I mean, I don't have a ton of money to spend on all this stuff. So it helps if you have that stuff already of your own. So that's our outside decorating. I am going to move inside, and we'll do some sprucing up to the inside as well. Hey, welcome back. So we finished the outside yesterday. I am probably going to add a few more pumpkins. So now we're going to move inside. So we'll get a little before shot, and then I don't know, I don't have a lot of space, so I sometimes have to just take things down in order to decorate for a season. I do that especially with Christmas, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so we finished up the inside, and we'll give you a little tour in a second, but I wanted to talk a minute about how I kind of separate things out so that you can put stuff out and leave it out from the end of September, where we're at right now, all the way to the end of November. So I try to keep my themed items at a minimum. So like my little candy dish here, I'll get it out right at Halloween. We don't normally have trick-or-treaters because we live so far out of town, but I'll have a little candy just in case a niece or nephew or great niece or nephew stop by. So we'll put a little candy in this and have it out right at the end of October. Since I'm trying to avoid candy, we won't have it out before that. I also have some little items like I have my Thanksgiving placemats, and this I used last year on my Thanksgiving table. And there's nowhere for me to really sit that in the house right now that it looks good. I tried it on a table, it didn't look right. So these items I'm just going to keep in storage. So that's just a little trick I use, not to be so specific. And that way this stuff can stay out. And then you can just add little things for a particular time, like Halloween. I'm not a big person that decorates a lot for Halloween anyway, so that's just how it is for me. All right, so I hope you'll enjoy the tour. We'll take you back inside and let you see how everything turned out. I'm really tickled with it. You don't have to have a lot of items to really spruce it up for fall and make it look very seasonal. And I don't know, it's just exciting. I really deep cleaned this morning, so it's just a time to kind of clean up and then add these special touches. just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this inspires you to do a little decorating around your house for fall. If you would subscribe to my channel, that really helps us out. And like this video if you enjoy our fall tour. And check out my Instagram page and the blog.